Welcome to We Wine Podcast. We're your hosts,
Maritza
and Melinda. I didn't leave you behind this time.
I was gonna say that. See, she didn't jack me up, guys. Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm sorry.
Last week she left me a little bit high and dry. Dike. Oh my gosh. So guys, I don't know, this one I want to have an uplifting episode, just joking around about like relationships and couples and like the insides and the outs and just like laugh a little bit,
Sure, where are we going?
Sure, we're going with this. No. So we do, every once in a while we do double dates, right? Yeah. I enjoy double dates. I don't know about you. Like I like my time, well, okay, wait, rewind. Double dates with people that I enjoy to be with.
Sure. Oh, we're not recording now.
Because... sometimes you can be invited to go out, right? And we've had this happen, my husband and I. Oh, yeah. We shared with you. Yes. So we... that we were like, I don't even know. We're going on a double date. We don't know if this is going to be good. It was the first time, like, with these people.
It was a lot of them.
Yes, it was a big group. And I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how this is going to go.
But it went well.
It did. It went really well, right? And that, like, I feel like it was just funny because, like, I was telling my husband, like, we'll feed off each other. Like, if you're having a bad time, we'll have, like, a secret word. And, like, we'll just be like, oh, we got to go. The kids called us.
Yeah. I think
poor kids are used all the time.
Though, when we don't want to do something.
Yeah.
And we end up having fun.
Oh, yeah. When it's not planned.
Yeah. I think that sometimes we we want to do something and we have such high hopes for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it didn't meet up my expectations.
Yes.
Versus like when you are like, oh, I really don't want to hang out with these people. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's way too many people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be friends with everybody. Yeah. And then you turn out to have a good time.
Yeah. I do like those kind of things. Like, one time we did, I'll never forget this. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to blast the name of the place, but, right? As much as I want to, because it was so bad. I made, like, plans for, like, my husband's birthday, like, right? Like, he likes steak, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go, like, make reservations for this.
Off the camera, you have to tell me this place.
I will tell you the place. You never go to it. So I made reservations for this steakhouse, like...
There's many of those.
There is, yeah. So I'm like, okay, so it was, like, my parents, his parents, the kids, obviously, Bianca came, and we go in... We have this big table for us. As soon as we sit in, the guy comes and he's like, all right, I'm going to take your orders. Like, what would you guys like? Blah, blah, blah. So we each put our order in. We're sitting. We're waiting. 10 minutes go by. Not water. Nothing to drink. Like, they didn't even ask us, like, do you want bread? Like, nothing, right? Nothing. So then my father-in-law goes, excuse me, says somebody, can I have a cup of coffee? Oh, yeah. Like 10 minutes later, they bring him a cup of coffee, no milk, no sugar, no cream, no nothing. So he looks at me like, what the heck? Like, how can I get coffee? I said, I go to the people, I'm like, listen, can he get, oh, yeah. I'm like, can we have somebody come to the table and ask us if we want something to drink? Because... like, do you guys have anything besides water or, like, whatever? Like, my mom. So a guy comes, and he's like, to my mom, so, ma'am, what would you like to drink? My mom goes, I would like soda. We don't have soda. So then my mom's like, well, what do you have? He's like, well, this is a BYOB, so we don't really have anything. My mom's like, well, I don't want a B. I would like an S. I would like a soda.
Oh, my God.
Then on top of that... like, we didn't get our food for, like, a full 2 hours. Yeah, you guys heard me correctly. 2 hours. Yeah.
I think we should blast this place.
Oh, my God.
No,
we can't blast because that's like, I don't want to get in trouble.
No.
But it was, like, 2 hours. The table behind us, right? It's a steakhouse. They tell them, oh, I'm sorry, we ran out of steak.
What?
Like, long story short, like, we gave I don't know, what are the people called that, like, clear the table? The busboys?
Yeah.
We gave that guy a bigger tip. We didn't give any tip to the waiters. We literally like had to argue with the manager like at the place to try to get a discount because then they, on top of that, they wanted to charge like over $500 for nothing, basically nothing. I was like, no. So like now I'm very cautious when we like look into places because of that situation.
Oh my gosh.
I will tell you the place. I will just say it is in Wayne. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. Later, if you guys like privately message us, we will share with you the location so you never go. Yes, so you never go.
That is horrible.
And I felt so bad because it was his birthday dinner. Like what
did Johanna say?
I mean, he just laughed. Like literally, he laughed at me. He's like, "You're, the steak was. The steak was good, right? But the waiting was like the worst." Like we just
But they
laughed.
ran out of steak.
Our table had steak. It was the other people. And then they started yelling. Oh, it was I told them, I was like, I gave you dinner and a show. I was like,
dinner and a show.
Free show because they started arguing. Like it was just crazy. I don't know. It was funny.
OMG.
So yeah, I mean, what's like a funny moment like you've had like going out with Juan?
I don't know.
'Cause he's funny. He is a show.
Funny.
I love him. He's
show.
Great.
Like I think that like his family, they're just like, Juan is. If he's not there, you guys are not having a blast.
Oh yeah, I think he's like he makes a good night.
And my daughter's just like him.
Yes, she is. She really is. She's a little clown.
Yeah.
I like her.
So they're the life of the party. They are the party. They are my plus one because they are the party. I'm gonna be the chill one behind and cheering everybody on because they're the party.
But what's like one moment like you could recall that you're like, oh my gosh, I never laughed so hard?
Oh my gosh, really?
I know because he does.
It hasn't been in a place like his car, like just like at home, like it just.
Because he says random things, I know.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta pee so bad. Please stop. Like, stop. Like, he makes me laugh literally till I piss my pants. Like, he will not stop.
He's funny.
He's funny. Like, and if you know him, you know him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like I could be pissed at him. So pissed at him. But he will crack a joke and make me laugh. He's like, you can't stay mad at the person that makes you laugh.
Yeah.
And it's true.
And then you look at him with the eyes like, oh, I guess.
He pisses me off. He pisses me off. And I'm just like, he makes me laugh. Like, he's just
See, but isn't that the good thing, right? Like, that's how you know you're with the right person, right? When you can be so mad, but they get you out of that mood. Like my husband, right? He won't make me laugh, but he'll do like this thing because he'll know I'm pissed. So for me, it's like he just hugs me. Like he'll put his arms out with that side look, like just come here into my arms, and I'm like, yes, how'd you know? Like I'm so mad right now. Like you're fine,
yeah.
But it's like that's when you know. Because
like you can't stay mad at him. Like I can't stay mad at him. He's just funny. He's a clown. But I can't think of like a place. It's just like I can't even think of the things that he says because he just says crazy stuff sometimes.
So does he laugh at you? So like my husband laughs at me constantly because he'll look at me and he'll be like, "What did you just say?" or like, "What did you just do?" And I know because like I'll talk faster than I think sometimes. Like my brain is still thinking of what I'm gonna say.
You definitely do.
And my mouth will like say something different, and then I look side-eyed and he looks at me and he'll literally. He has this laugh when he's like belly laughing. Yeah. And he'll laugh at me like constantly.
No, I think that like my stuff, like my funny stuff to him is not as funny. Like the things that like you'll laugh at me for, like, and my friends will laugh at me. He's just like, you look stupid. Like,
oh my
he does not think it's funny.
Oh my gosh, when we did the hoverboard.
So we never posted that video.
I know. And we were dying laughing. Like we were literally like, wah, wah, wah,
maybe we'll post it. Because he's like, oh, why does it have to be at your expense?
Yeah. Because we talked about the hoverboard because your daughter was like, she got one. And at the end of the episode, like I got in the hoverboard and like I was just driving around.
But I fell. She didn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, she caught me. But
yes,
either,
of course.
like,
and that's why we laughed even harder, because I'm like holding her going down and we're like,
yes,
quack, quack, quack,
yes,
quack.
it was so funny. Maybe we'll just post it. I don't know. But it was hilarious.
It was funny because we were just trying to show like that we were us.
I'm super silly. Like, I can be silly. You can laugh at my expense. Cool. Like, I'll laugh with you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not, like, you know what it is what it is. Like,
You're not one of those people to be embarrassed.
No, you know what it is? I think that I have been there. I have been there, like, where someone, and I was just like, really? That's what you think is so funny? Like, I don't think that's funny. Like, oh, you're trying to embarrass me. Like, and I think that that's where, like, and you're not gonna embarrass me. Like, I can laugh at myself. I know that I'm silly at times, and I can be silly. Like, I can laugh at myself and not take myself so seriously.
It doesn't put pressure on you either,
No,
right? Like, I feel like when people do that, they feel pressured.
I think where Juan comes from, and I totally get him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's coming from the point, like I'm his wife, right? So he feels like, I don't want people laughing at my wife. It's like, you know how you can talk about, like, oh, my mom did this or my daughter did this, but let somebody else talk about them.
Yeah. That's
somebody,
my mama. Don't be talking about my mama.
Your husband, right? You can tell your girlfriend, like, oh, my husband, he did this, and I'm pissed at him for this, and then your friend starts talking bad about your husband. Guess what? You guys are gonna be fighting.
Yes,
because
don't be talking about him like that.
Don't
girl.
talk about him.
Yep.
Like, I told you something in confidence, like, you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I get him in that sense.
It's
so
true.
it's like, I'm not
funny?
gonna allow everybody to laugh at your expenses. One thing, I can laugh at you, but it's not everybody else.
Yeah.
You
But
know
isn't that funny how we do that?
Yes.
Like, we do. I remember one time, like, I said something, like, about my dad, and then my daughter went to say something. I looked at her. I was like, don't you dare talk about him like that.
Yes.
And she was so confused. She was like, but that's my will. I said, but that's my father.
Yeah. And that's just how it is. It's like, okay, yeah, I can talk all the crap I want about somebody I love.
Yeah.
And that's me, but you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
think that you have the freeway to
well, that's
talk
because
about.
we're sticking up for the people we love.
Yeah,
and that
like,
will
it's just
always.
Like, I'm frustrated with them. That's why I was just venting.
Yes.
But you cannot use that against me.
Yeah, right. What is it? Quick to listen, slow to speak.
Yep.
That's what it has to be, right? Quick.
Yeah.
Because it's true. It is. Like, we will, like, talk smack.
Yeah.
But, like, if somebody comes at us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one time I was in, oh my gosh, if Bianca's listening, she's going to remember this story to a T.
Bianca, when are you coming?
Yeah, legit. So we were in DC.
Yeah.
And all of us were hanging out. And I just remember, like, it was late. Like, so now, like, we're, like, DC to here is, like, 4 hours and change, right? And it was late. Like, it was a big group of us, and we were out. Like, my kids were at my parents' house. Like, it was just a girls' getaway, right? And my brother said something about my husband. Like, it was a comment, like a quick comment. And I got so mad. Now, meanwhile, I think the time was, like, 2 a.m. at this point, right? I literally look at Bianca and I said, I'm going back to New Jersey. If you're coming with me, you're coming with me. If you're staying, then you better figure out how to get back to New Jersey. I said, because I'm done. I was like, he's not going to talk. Da, 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 da. And I went off and Bianca was just looking at me like, like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I go back to Jersey? Do I stay here? And needless to say, like, my brother saw me get so pissed from 0 to 100 that he had to, like, grab me by my shoulders, pull me to the side. He's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know it was gonna affect you that way. This and this and that. And I looked at him and I was like, would I ever talk about your wife? And he was like, no. I said, how would you act? He goes, point taken. Like, you know, like, he was just like, I've never, and it was like a beast, right? It's this thing inside.
I think that, first off, like, this is why we say that when you vent to your friends or you vent to someone, they have to be like confrontational. They have to be super 100% neutral because of this, right? Because now her brother, she probably said something to her brother, and her brother turned around and tried to make a joke out of it, and she's like, wait a second. That's my husband.
Yep.
That is my daughter's father. Like, you need to take a couple seats back, you know?
Yep.
And that's just, it's the nature of the business. Same thing as if her husband, Johannes, turned around and said something about her brother. She'd be like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true. Because it's like
the same way. It goes the same way.
It's that protection, right? Like, it's your job. Like, I remember, oh my gosh. Like, and it's so funny because, like, I told my husband all the time, like, in sometimes
and you get hurt. Yeah, like somebody tried to use something against me, like if I said something, and now I'm butthurt. Like I'm like super hurt. I'm super hurt. Like I'm like it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Like, but it's funny. Like, you know, I've never realized, right? You love your husband, right?
Yeah.
And I never realized in a marriage how that love is also like you are now a protector too.
Yeah.
Right? It's weird. Like, you know, you grow up, you see your mom and your dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like in my situation, like my mom and dad married, they fight. But I've seen it too, like where my mom, if somebody says something about my dad, I've seen my mom go at him like a freaking lion, right? And I never understood growing up, like, why? Like, that's cool. It was cool to me, right? But with my husband, like, I've noticed, like, okay, now I'm that person. It's so weird because, like, you know, sometimes people say crap about him and we'll go to a place. And if the person that's going, like this happened to us, and I said to him, I'm like, listen, if this person's going and they say something, I don't think I could stay quiet.
Yeah.
And he chuckled and he gave me like the tightest hug and he's like, I love you so much. And I was like, I'm just being real. Like, enough's enough. If this person says one more comment about you, I was like, I'm just going to go off on them. And he was just like, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things that I know in a heartbeat he'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think like Juan with you will do the same thing. Like,
Juan is like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like it. But isn't it weird to you, like how in a whole world, right, we find that person and then that person becomes like your psychic, like your best friend, your confidant, like you're like, you know, when something happens, oh, that's the first person I want to call. Like, you know, I think it's great. I think it's amazing. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
That's exciting. The partnership, right? Yeah. Because it's like, I mean, yeah, your partner. Like, it's like, and then it's that other aspect, right? You guys are married. You guys became one.
Yes.
Then it's like we have a kid together. We have children together.
Yeah.
It's like, now I got to protect my kid's father because even if you're not together, this is me.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, but if you know, we weren't not putting that out there, but knocking on wood,
Me
right?
too. I did it with you.
So not putting that out there, but it's like if we're not together, then I still got to protect her. I got to protect her father, and I got to protect that nobody taints that for her or whatever, you know. And I hope vice versa, right? Because it's like, I don't want to talk bad about your mom or your dad, and it's like it's a whole nother element when you have kids. And it's like you got to protect.
That's huge.
In another level, right? You got to protect them from people around, right? People that don't look for them.
Everything.
Yeah, the people that don't look for them, or the people that you
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of you saying don't look, right? So, like, well, my background with my other kids, right? So, like, I've never talked bad about their dads, right? As much as they frustrate me, as much as things have happened, right? I always try to have my children see them in a good light.
Yeah.
You know, and it's draining, right? So like in my partnership with my husband now, so my husband gets frustrated because he sees all the work that I do to make up for what those men don't do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And he gets mad because he gets...
But they'll see it.
Yeah.
They'll see it with actions. You don't need to bash their dads. And it's like, in that just speaks volume, right? Because it's like... You also have to realize that at one time you were in love with this person. You had a child with this person. You were madly, deeply in love. They were your everything, right? And you had a child with them. So now, well, okay. Even if you weren't madly, deeply in love, but you had a child with them. Like,
well, you know, the I mean, right?
You married them, whatever the situation. Like, you decided. So then at that point, like, now you can't sit there and say, well, I decided to have my child with a deadbeat. Like, no, you can't do that to your child.
No, like, I would never...
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I always say to
mom made
Rosa,
a mistake. Like, I got with a deadbeat. No, they're gonna see that. They're gonna see that on their own. You don't have to tell them that.
Yeah, people. I think that's very crucial for people. Never put your kids in the middle of something because that hurts them more than it helps them. Like I've seen people have their kids be messengers, and I never ever did that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was more like when...
And listen, we're not judging.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, in perspective.
We're giving our advice on it, I guess.
Our opinion on it. Like, you know, because my daughter had to do for a moment, like, that back and forth, you know? And my one thing that I would always ask her is, how was your weekend?
Yeah.
Right? If she wanted to share, great. Right? If she would, like, start crying, I'm like, okay, and I would hold her. I would never feed into, like, amping up her emotion. Does that make sense, right? I would let her release her emotion. And,
you know, and you do that with your girlfriend sometimes. Exactly. You amp up their emotions. You're like, oh, he did that or he said that. All right, so then we're going to say this.
Yeah.
But you can't do that with your kids.
No, exactly. So you have to, like, do, like, right? It's so hard as a parent because you really have to, like, balance your own emotion to keep your kids' emotions stable.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, like, it's interesting. I don't know. I just think about that, like, a lot. Like, right? Sometimes, I don't know if you ever do that, but sometimes, like, or if you guys out there do that, right? You look at your life now, and you kind of like, for me, I'm like, wow, right? Like I do a little rewind and I'm like, man, look at where I'm at right now.
I've come a long way.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've come a long way. Like we're in 2023. Yeah. Like that is in itself mind blowing to me because I'm like, I remember like my oldest being in elementary school and I'm like, man, her graduating year is going to be 2023. I got so much time. And here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. Like,
here we are.
It's just one of those things that literally years are flying by.
It's like when I don't know, for me, I couldn't wait to graduate high school.
Oh my God, me
like
too.
that feels like yesterday.
I know.
But we are, 16 years later? Like,
it's crazy.
For me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, where the hell? I still feel like that 18-year-old kid sometimes.
Me
She's
too.
inside of me, right?
She is.
But it's like it's like you couldn't wait. You're rushing the clock, and it's like it goes by faster and faster as you get older and older. It's like now my kid is 10.
It's crazy. I can't even. It's so funny. Like, we opened up Rose's like account, right? Because she had all this money to put in. And then I start teaching her, like, I forgot what it was that we were doing that I was like, well, you have your card. Yeah. Like, pay for your stuff. And then she's like, wait, what? And I was like, you have money in this card.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I'm talking to her about finances and what to do and all this stuff. And then she had to do something with scheduling and her job and money. And she just looks at me and she goes, what, is this what adulting is?
Yep.
And I was like, yes, it is. And she's like, I don't think I want it.
Yeah. You're right, but it's too late.
I was like, you're already there. You're teeter-tottering. I'm like, you're going to go to college. I was like, and then life hits. I'm like, that's why I tell you all the time, like, enjoy now. Like,
that's why we try to prepare them as much as possible.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I remember, like, that feeling, like you said, like, oh, I can't wait to graduate. I can't wait to do this. And then
I can't wait till I turn 10. Now I'm double digits.
I can't wait 5 years. 10. I was like 10
I'm 13 now.
15.
Yeah. But we all did it.
Oh God. Now I'm like, can I reverse 5 years now? Can we go back in time?
Yeah. To that day, just picking up my child for the first time. Like,
oh my gosh. I know.
Becoming a mom for the first time. I know.
It's so funny, like, I look at my nieces and nephews, and they're, like, you know, they're one's just turned 5, the other one's 3, turning 4, and then the baby that's 1, right? So my brother will call me complaining about little things that I do, and I'm like, they're angels. Stop it. Like,
yeah.
And he's like, I recall you calling me and complaining when the kids were growing up. I'm like,
so now you got to listen to me.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll hear you. I'm like, but understand, Juanito, like, they're in the precious ages right now. Like, I'm like, they're fine. They're great. They're like, you know, I'm like, wait till they're like 10. Wait till they're teenagers. Like, that's when you can call me and then I'll be like, yeah, brother, I hear you. Like, right now,
I hear you.
Like, they're babies. Like, love every moment. Like, that, I tell him, like, they see you as the best. And he called me the other day and he's like, he goes, Ethan came home so excited to share with me what he colored and just asked me to play with him. And he goes, and I remembered your words and it was like he saw me as the greatest thing.
Yeah.
He's like, so I literally put my suitcase down, told him to give me a second to change out of my suit. And he's like, and I just sat and played with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, you see? I was like, because one day he's going to look at you and be like, I can't stand you. I was
oh my gosh, I don't look forward to it.
And he was like, I know. He's like, I'm just listening now. Like, I really am taking into account what you're saying. And I was like, and it's not that they don't love you. Like, your kids love you. It's just, you know, something clicks.
We're not their friends.
And
so I think that that's the issue. Sometimes, like, parents are just like, oh, you know,
I want to be their buddy.
Yeah, I want to be their buddy, or I don't want them to be upset with me. I don't want them to hate me. But
if they hate you and they're mad at you, you're doing your job. That's what I feel. Yeah. Right? But that's my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cada cual. Right? How they say everyone to each their own, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, for me, it's that boundary.
Yeah.
It's that
you have to set the boundaries.
You do.
And I tell my kid all the time, I tell her, I'm just like, you know, I tell you things not because, you know, I don't want you to be happy. I just want you, I'm trying to protect you from something else that you don't understand at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, I do tell her that constantly. I'm just like, I'm just trying to protect you from something that you don't understand right now.
Yeah, that you don't know. That's good. That was perfectly said. And it's true. It is true, because it's such like, it's just like, I don't know, like parenting for me, I laugh a lot, I cry a lot, right? You're nervous a lot, like it's
cry a lot.
It is, because you just don't. It's like, I don't know, you have these little people that you got to take care of all the time, and then they become adults, and then it's new problems. Like I remember, again, Sergeant Major, I remember her saying to me, like, when they become adults, it's a different worry.
Yeah.
Right? But then at that point, it's a different worry, but it's their choices.
Yeah.
Right? And that's, to me, like, I'm on that point now. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like, and I say to her all the time, like, your choices are your choices. I'm here, right? But I'm not there in the sense of, like, I'm going to tell you, hey, this is what needs to be done.
I know.
So scary.
I don't look forward to it.
I know.
Just cherish the moment.
You got 7 years, though.
I know.
Right, what grade is she now?
You're counting?
What grade? Well, she's 10. So 17 is usually. She's 4th, yeah. You're good. You're good. You got time.
Still.
And then she'll be an empty nester. Well, maybe not, right? We don't know what God has planned for you.
Oh, Jesus. Tú también.
Yeah, why? Who said that?
Oh, my gosh. The clock strike New Year, everybody was like, okay, you're pregnant, you're having another baby this year. I'm like, you guys are proclaiming my, like, do not.
Oh,
do not.
We don't know. We'll see.
Speak for my ovaries. Thank you.
Do not speak for my ovaries. I like that. That's funny.
Do not speak for my ovaries. I appreciate that. You know, if it comes, it's come.
That's pressure, though. That is a lot of pressure when people do
when
that.
It's just like, ¿cuándo viene el otro? Like, you know what? It's in God's hands. Si no viene el otro, we're perfectly happy.
Yeah. I believe it, too. Like, that's, I think I've said that to you, too. Like, whatever God has planned for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to happen.
Trust me, God, you hear me? I'm perfectly happy with my just one. Thank you.
Thank you. I said that too. Like, as soon as Mia Bella was born, I'm like, that's it. Done. Check. Mark. Done. I was like,
yeah.
Because you also know.
I mean, because my kid is 10 already. Like, starting all over, Pampers, waking up in the middle of the night. Really?
You know, that was my fear. Just so you, like, as soon as Mia Bella turned 5, I was like, please, God, no more.
No,
okay,
5
please.
still is not as bad as
No, but for me.
Yeah.
Because then it was like.
I mean, but you had 2 older ones already. But you've already been through it.
I wanted my life back.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, there's a point where you're like, baby bag, carriage, Pampers,
this. If I'm going, my kid goes with me everywhere.
Yes. No, I agree. I'm talking about the point
goes
of
on dates with us.
I'm talking about like diaper bags.
No.
That's where I was like, so at 5, you're kind of like, they can carry a little bit back by themselves.
The strollers are so freaking complicated.
Oh my gosh, let's not traumatize us, right?
Yeah, seriously. So, guys, you know.
Yeah. Listen, being a mom is fun. It is adventurous. Yes. We're just joking around. Today was just, I think, us just chit-chatting about like things in marriages and mom life and like things like that and what we see like as joys, right? And fun moments.
I mean, listen, exactly. Like, I love my kid.
Oh, there's like more fun than
it over again. I think that if, you know, going back to back is something different. I would have been like, all right, I got all my kids back to back. Like, my mom had all her kids 3 years apart. Like, she was done by 21. No, 23.
That's that's good. And
she was done.
She got her life back.
Kids. Yeah.
See, that's amazing, guys. Listen, it was a fun episode. I think we were just chit chatting with you guys today about like, you know, the joys of marriages, like the funny things that happen, our stories. We look forward to our next episode with you guys.
Yes.
So have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on all platforms where you listen to your podcasts.
Bye.